I'm back. So 2018 has been a year. I say like 3 months into 2019. I finally got my fangs that I wanted my whole freaking life long. I chose a profession. I'm now a licensed massage therapist. I started seeing someone who thankfully has never seen my YouTube channel. And I got my first ever apartment. Which brings us to today's story. My lease is up in 4 months and I can't wait to live alone. So I am very broke still. I've been trying to stave off videos until I found myself in a more stable place, but I feel like that's not gonna happen for many a year. So here we are. But I was even more unstable and broke when I first moved out and into this apartment. So I got roommates, as in 2 roommates. The first one, who we will call Sarah, is very sweet. She showed me the nearby grocery store and she's been really nice and quiet. Probably more quiet than I'm being right now as she's trying to sleep. I'm sorry. And then we have the other roommate, who we will call, what's a basic name? Bailey. So one day I walk into the living room and Sarah had a dog and I see her with her dog's belly up and she is picking at the dog and I'm like, what you doing? And Sarah says, my dog has fleas, but I got some flea shampoo, I'm gonna give him a flea bath, and I got a flea balm, it's covered. I was like, all right, I leave. About a week later, I walk into the living room and I see Bailey with all of her stuff in trash bags just scattered around our living space. And I say, what you doing? And she says, I have fleas in my room, so I'm going to wash everything tonight. And the weird thing was that like neither I nor Sarah had fleas in our room, and it had been a week. But Bailey was like, I don't know how I got fleas, and the words vomited from my mouth before I could stuff them back. And I said, oh, Sarah didn't tell you? Sarah didn't tell me what? Sarah's dog had fleas like a week ago. Oh, I see. Thank you for telling me. Excuse me. You're welcome. At this point, it's like 2 in the morning, and Bailey starts banging on Sarah's door, saying, open up, bitch. And I'm in my room, and I'm just like, it's not my problem. It's not my problem. But I can hear them on the other side of the wall. Bailey is screaming at Sarah, wash my clothes, bitch. And Sarah was asleep. Nude sleep, one of those people. And so she's like, let me put clothes on. And I'm still in my room like, not my problem. It's not my problem. Not my problem. I hear them both scuffle into the living room. And as Bailey is shouting, I'm still in my room just like, la 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 la. And then I hear a few fists being pounded. A scuffle, if you will, a fracas, fisticuffs, slapping, and shrieking. One of them shrieking, no, no! At this point I'm like, okay, I guess it's my problem. So I get up and I run out to the living room. I'm trying to be the reasonable one. Me, reasonable. And they're like grappling at each other and Sarah's nose is bleeding. She had like a scratch on her nose, but it was bleeding. And I get between them like, okay guys, what's going on? How can we fix this? She just threw a bag of her stuff at me and started hitting me. I did not throw my stuff at you. And I'd seen all of her bags in the living room before and where they were. And I look down and see a bag not in the place where I remember. So I look back at her and she's like, okay, yeah, maybe I kicked that bag, but this is all her fault. Okay, guys, what's going on? How can we fix this? I have fleas on all my stuff because of your dog. Wash my clothes, bitch. Okay, if that's what it'll take for this to be better, then I will wash your stuff. Don't touch my shit. So it just goes back and forth like this for like an hour, and eventually we're all like, let's just go to sleep. So Sarah and I just kind of huddle in our rooms for the next few days, kind of afraid to leave, which sounds cowardly. Cause it is. I will avoid conflict at every interval. Sarah and I are texting each other like, what are we gonna do? We just gotta learn to live with this until our lease is up. But then lo and behold, Bailey decides that she's going to move out and in with her boyfriend. Good? Good. Not good. This was not good. As Bailey and her boyfriend were looking for an apartment to move in with each other, he moved in with us. And Bailey didn't tell us. Like, she would be at work all day and I would be home thinking I was by myself with all the lights off to save electricity because I'm a broke girl. Then just this figure would walk out of her room and I thought I was alone. Just this dark figure in the hallway, I could be naked. One of those people. And he had moved in with us, not paying rent, staying at home running up the electricity bill. And get this, after that whole debacle was started, after her thinking that Sarah's dog gave her fleas, she and her boyfriend got a dog. And not just a dog, a baby dog, a puppy, like fresh, 3 weeks old. And it cried constantly, because that's what puppies do. If you've never had a dog, all puppies cry, because they're babies and they're hungry, like more often than adult dogs. Bailey had no idea. Also, all dogs get fleas. I hope she has fun with that. But like I said, there was this fresh puppy crying constantly. So I'd be lying awake at night and I'd hear. And Bailey and her boyfriend, for like the month that they were living together, would just make all this commotion, if you know what I mean. It was like they thought they were on a honeymoon, but just with 2 ghosts living in the house. 2 ghosts who were, again, too scared to leave the room. But they would leave the place a freaking mess. Like, I'd walk into the kitchen and it looked like a typhoon had been through. And I would have company and I'd clean everything up. And as soon as I would get back from my job, earning my hard-earned money, it'd be wrecked again. I cleaned all of this so that my guests wouldn't think I live in squalor. Cause I don't. You know, dishes on the dinner table and the stove was all covered in grease like we're fry cooks and the sink would be piled to a mountain of debris. Whoa. And how I said that we all shared pots and pans and cookware, like the pots and pans all belonged to Sarah. I had my own. I don't know if Bailey did. Obviously not. Cause even after that whole debacle, she still used all of Sarah's stuff and then would just leave it lying around and dirty and rusting in the sink. And it was so upsetting. In case you couldn't tell by my tone in my hands. And when she finally moved out, I opened up the cup cupboard to get glasses out, except they're all gone. I text Sarah, "Where are your glasses? Are you hiding them so that Bailey won't get them?" To which Bailey said, "What?" I say this allegedly, but I think that this sounds so petty. I think that Bailey took all of her glasses, and then when I asked her if like her boyfriend had accidentally packed them up, she was like, "Oh, I done been caught," and then put them back. I feel like we're just girls gossiping on my bed. But I've been steaming over this for a few months since Bailey moved out, and I am still steamed. Speaking of steamy, to celebrate her and her boyfriend having their own abode, like the day after she finally got all of her stuff out and Sarah and I were like, "Oh, she's gone." She wasn't gone, she still had the key. And I don't know why, like, she had gotten all of her stuff out, but Bailey and her boo came back and decided to celebrate. Like, I was lying in bed thinking about my life decisions, and then I hear them both come in and I hear Bailey say, "I have something for you." And then I hear like, these walls are so thin. I hear them kissing and making out, and then I hear at which point Sarah checks me because her room is right next to hers, and she says, "My room is vibrating." Ooh. But Bailey's gone now. She gave up her key. She ain't coming back. So all is well. And in 4 months, I'm gonna get my own place. Not that I mind having Sarah or a new girl as roommates. They're nice and quiet. But I am one of those people. I wanna walk around naked. So when I grow up and get married, I'm living alone. So I was gone for so long, you guys. I hope to get back to making story times and all that good jazz. yeah, I go in for my first checkup for my fangs in a month or so, but I'm hoping that I can actually push it back like a month or two if they let me, because like I said, I is broke and don't have money for airfare right now. We'll see. Could do that. And I started my first job and I like it, and I met someone and I really like him, and yeah, life is good except money. So yeah, that's my life, and I guess whenever I post next, then I will see you. Much love.